Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I'm here with Mega Good Vibes. She's just jumping on my shoulders. I wanted to come on and just share a quick video with you guys. You seem to really enjoy the community post where we are putting out reminders of getting back into old projects, making sure that you guys are staying on top of your creative projects like your YouTube channels or your websites, your blogs or your vlogs or your TikTok accounts, your Instagram accounts, your Facebook accounts. A lot of you have creative expression that really needs to be shared. You have to create your audience, your communities. People are waiting out there for you. And I think that many of you are in this place of feeling like, is it possible? Like, am I able to do that? And the answer is, of course you guys are. And I am here to tell you guys that, I went from working customer service to dabbling into starting a YouTube channel. And all it is just following the steps, start at step one and work your way up. And there's tons of content out there to help you guys get through the technical stuff like creating a channel banner and making sure that you have an email associated with Gmail so that way you can open up your YouTube account. And then you guys want to come up with a catchy YouTube name. So if you haven't started these things, that would be a really great place to start. And I think I've shared that in a previous video as well, but it's just like a really good way to help you get the wheels turning in your head. So yeah, come up with things like that. Think about the theme or what you're passionate about. What do you want to share content about? And a really great place to start is use the skills that you already have if you're looking to create passive income online. So many of you have jobs that you've been doing for a really long time and you're experts in your field by now. And if you are able to teach other people in short videos what it is you know about the field, then there's bound to be someone out there who is wanting to view your content. And another great thing is to research your idea and to watch other people who are also doing it in the online world and just learn from them, see what they're doing well, see what you might be able to bring to the table. And just kind of go from there, I would also recommend, if you guys want to start a YouTube channel or your TikTok and things like that, or, whatever ideas that you have, I would make sure that you are doing mock videos, okay? Practice recording your first video, and you don't have to post it, okay? So therefore you don't have to refrain from doing it, period, okay? Because I see that a lot of you have these big ideas, but you're afraid to even hit that record button. You don't have to post it. You can just record it and watch it, and if you don't like it, you might shiver at the thought of you appearing on camera, being yourself. These are things that you have to get over and you have to get comfortable with, okay? You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable about seeing yourself in, or on a screen, or potentially sharing this with the public. You have to, and you know what, it'll grow your skin, guys, because I remember too when I first started, there were some really crazy comments that I've had to deal with along the way. But I can tell you now, just by having to deal with it over and over, there's really nothing anyone can say at this point in like a negative comment that would really kind of, upset my whole day. I'm just like, whatever, like it's just a comment. If I want to deal with it, I'll deal with it. If I don't, I just delete it or I block the person from my channel. Sometimes it's just a matter of staying focused on the important things, which is work. So yeah, I hope those tips help you guys. In the description box, I will drop a bunch of links that I use. Like, I know a lot of you are already familiar with like Canva. Pexels.com is another great one. And check out ThinkMedia on YouTube, okay? Sean Cannell and his crew, they are incredible. And they have some really, really helpful content that's really easy to follow. And they have a ton of courses that you could do and things like that. And, just the free content that ThinkMedia puts out is enough to help you guys get started. Like, they have tons of video where it's like, get your first 1,000 subscribers, or just how to start a YouTube channel, like anything that you need to know. ThinkMedia on YouTube. Check them out, okay? So I wanted to dig into just some messages that many of you may need to know at this time, especially if you are just on that, fine line between, do I do something different? Do I do something drastic? And the answer is yes. If you guys are feeling it, then it's bound to come to you. So it's really time to manifest by writing what it is you guys want to attract. And you'll see little by little that the idea is, oh, I'm so sorry, honey. It landed on her belly, honey. I'm so sorry. She's like, that's okay. Let them land. Okay. I totally forgot what I was saying, but all right. So you've outgrown your current job. This is a sign. Oh, could that card be any more sweeter? Oh, that's because you blessed the reading with your energy, you pretty little kitty. Bing, bing, bing. Girls, girls, girls. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Okay, sorry. I won't do that. Okay. But yeah, definitely this is a sign. You guys are outgrowing the jobs that you're doing, because I feel like the money might be good, the routine might be good, the job is great, but it's something in you that's like, I'm outgrowing this because my dreams and my goals, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that itch is not going anywhere, guys. I'm telling you, whoever's tuned in right now, you are meant to be a creator. You are meant to share some form of artistic expression, and you already know what that is. It might be like the very first thing that comes to your mind. But really and truly, I feel that this is a big sign to start contemplating, that resignation letter, or at least, investing little by little in the business that you want, like, i.e. starting to form like a business name. Like, what would be, like, I'm Twintuitive 717, but really my name is Mary Jane. What would be your creative name? You know what I mean? Like, start thinking about stuff like that, because it's going to become more real when you guys do it. And another thing too, like, with this card that I'm getting, is that many of you need to hear that, you're not crazy. Like, you don't vibe with your coworkers. You may not like your boss. When you roll up to your workplace, you might start feeling anxiety right from the time you pull into that parking lot. And you guys are ignoring the signs that your body is giving you. Many of you are like, oh, should I go? Should I leave? Should I stay? How do you feel when you're at your workplace? If you don't feel good, that's all you need to know. Your body will help you. Your body will teach you what you need to be doing. When you guys think about where you would like to be instead of work, notice how your body ends up changing. A lot of you already know what you want to manifest, but continuously showing up to that place every day is like dragging that vibration down, or it's almost like stifling your passions or your dreams, almost like whispering these voices of like, oh no, you can't do that, you need to be here, you need to be working. And many of you, like, depending on your life path number, you're always like bumping heads with management, or you're always just bumping heads with coworkers, and it always has to do around like ethics, okay? Policy, things like that. You just really don't like it when people don't have good work ethics, and you find that very important in like a work environment. And the reason this keeps happening everywhere you go is because the universe is trying to tell you, like, you've outgrown like having a job. You're meant to be an entrepreneur. Okay, and that's usually the signs of what ends up happening. Like, you just can't seem to mesh well with people. It's because you're a natural leader. You're meant to lead people, not be led by management. Okay, like you are the manager type of energy. So you're always going to be like in these kinds of situations where it doesn't matter if you quit that job and get another job, you're going to bump heads with management there too. It's because the underlying message is that, again, you need to branch out and start something of your own. Okay, that's what I'm getting with that card here. Let's see what else wants to come up. Oh, sorry, sweetie pie. I'm so showy. Oh, look at those little paws. You want a belly rub? Hi. So cute. Ariel was about to come in the room with me, and then she like crept up behind Ariel, and Ariel hissed at her and ran downstairs, and now look at her, so naughty over here. Like, nope, you're not going in the office with mama. All right. Oh my goodness, I am so glad this card came up, guys, because I was going to save this for like a whole other video. But it says your kids need you one-on-one time. And with everything going on, guys, I really do feel like Your children will provide you with the push and the inspiration that you need to make moves right now. And many of them need you one-on-one, which is like to get down on the floor with them and to play with them and to pretend and to role play and to do funny voices. That is helping you to heal your inner child by returning to your inner child. And believe me, guys, like your kids will thrive off of having a really like secure attachment with you. Many of you are already starting to see that your children are very wise, and that's because like the time right now, the children that are being born right now, they are here to really heal. Like they really don't have a lot of like ideas around like, oh, purpose and mission and what do I do and worry and anxiety. Like they are not going to be here with that type of energy. They're going to be like go-getters. And you know, you guys might have kids where it's like you go out with them and people are constantly like, oh, hi, like saying hi to them, or your kids on their own might like spark up conversations with strangers or people, or just there might be like someone with like a straight face walking, and then all of a sudden your child might be like, hi, and then all of a sudden the demeanor in that person changes, or you know what I mean? Like they need you right now in order to help push that energy through. And they might even be here to shift your energy as well, guys. Let's say you're an intuitive person, and you're experiencing any kind of heaviness, be near your children, because the fresher they are from the other side, the stronger their energy is. Like the field around them, it can't be penetrated very easily. So be near your children, even pets too. It's like being near animals and stuff. Like animals don't like send out that vibration. Like it's like a constant state of unconditional love, and that's the same with children as well. That's why it's so important to nurture them so heavily, love them, be there for them. One thing too is like me and my son's father were like having conversations around sleep training, and we had sleep trained him when he was younger, and it was great because it works. It's for some people and it's not for some people, but you know, for us, he did really well with it. And now that he's a little bit older, and you know, kids when they get older, like around like that 2-3 year old mark, you know, they do start experiencing like being afraid of the dark and like monsters and things like that. And so when we were sleep training him, one day he said, Mama, can you lay down beside me? And then I said, of course I can. And I lay down beside him, and then his dad was like, oh, well, you know, I don't know if we should be like forming that like habit. And I remember thinking very clearly to myself, if my kid needs me to be beside him and that's how he's going to fall asleep because he's scared, I'm going to go and sleep beside him and hold him extra tight to let him know I'm there for him. And his dad was like, okay, all right. Because in that moment it made sense, right? So things like that, like if your kids are like scared to go to bed, I know sometimes it can be like a little bit frustrating where you're just like, go to bed. But sometimes all it takes is like stopping, giving them that extra 10 minutes, maybe reading them an extra story, giving them extra kisses or hugs and letting them know that they are absolutely safe. You know, that's really, really important, okay? And that's that part of like being like one-on-one with them, picking up on their cues. Children often have such big emotions, but they're still learning how to process these emotions, and they often learn from us because, you know, they trust us. If you are you are your child's primary caregiver, like the relationship that you have with them, you know, mother to child and father to child, you provide that like safety for them, that example for them in the world. And if they feel secure and safe with you, they're going to go out into the world feeling secure and safe within themselves. And a lot of that has to do with like that gentle nurturing, always constantly providing that security for them and letting them know that you're there for them. I know in some cultures, it's like many of us, like in our 30s and 40s and things like that, like we grew up with, you know, maybe in a time where it was uncomfortable to really like keep close with your children in a way where it's like, you know, you continuously talked about things or were open about things. And I feel like now with children being born in this time, they're not afraid to ask questions. And you guys who are resonating with this card, you might have kids that like, they might ask like 100 questions a day and they're just constantly going nonstop. Whereas, you know, you like for me, I was raised in an environment where it's like, you know, oh, you don't interrupt adults when they're talking, and like you okay, go play, or like, like just be a kid. But it's like nowadays I feel like kids are so much more bold. Either like if you're trying to like discipline your kids too, you might find that they're asking you questions like, well, why do I have to do that? Or if you're angry or frustrated, they might like be able to handle that better than you think, instead of being like, oh, like, let me go into my room. They might be like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you yelling right now? So yeah, just be aware of that. Okay. A really strong card for those of you with kids right now. Like, they really need you, and this might be part of like nurturing their own spiritual gifts as well. All right, and the last card we have here is don't take nobody's shit. Okay, boss, co-workers, general public. I think this goes hand in hand. Okay, Megan might be sitting on the card. Are you sitting on the card, Mikey? Okay. But it might go hand in hand with the other card that said that you've outgrown your current job, and this is a sign, because it's saying here don't take anybody's shit. So that job for you guys that you're in, it's definitely teaching you a lesson, and you don't want to stay on that wheel of karma when the lesson is to be an entrepreneur instead of going from job to job thinking that you're going to find that perfect place where everything is all harmonious, because I think that you're always going to be in that position where you're butting heads for ethics, and that's because you're the teacher, you're the leader, right? You need to enter into workplaces where you're able to either affect policy or affect change in some way. I'm getting the word oversee. Okay, so many of you are meant to oversee workplaces rather than be on like the front end line of things, or be on the front lines of things. And I think that's because again, it has to do with your either like your sun sign, or your moon sign, or your life path number. So those would be good things to look into at this time, because again, I'm getting strong messages that a lot of you are feeling stagnant in certain jobs, and what's shifting is like your sense of stability, and a lot of you might be seeing like the death card coming up, and it's because that if you do take this leap of faith, which is to be like an entrepreneur, to create something for yourself, it's going to cause a bit of instability, right? With your finances, or having to really face yourself and what it is you really want to do, and taking action on that. And it's a process, guys, because the thing is like when you start up creative projects, like you might feel like, okay, you know what, 10 videos into my channel and I really don't like doing this, but it might be something else that you might need to do. But again, you got to scratch that itch by continuously putting in the effort and practicing. Okay, that's been a major message for me, is like to practice. Turn on that camera, record your first minute of a video. Get familiar with what your voice sounds like. Are you feeling a little bit uptight? Do you need to relax a little bit more? Do you need to be more of yourself? And the more you guys do that, believe me, it'll get to the point where you just post that first video and it's going to feel really good, and you're going to slowly attract your community. All right, so yeah, let's get one from the Fairy Tarot. I absolutely love this deck. It's one of my favorites to use in personal readings as well. And I'm on Wisio.com if you guys do want to connect with me for a personal reading. And I'm also over on Patreon as well if you guys want to gain access to additional readings, hear a little bit about my own journey, and also just join a community of people who are extremely like-minded. Okay. All right. What's at the top of the deck here? So we have the King of Pentacles. I wonder if there's two cards here. Yeah, there is. So we have the King of Pentacles, or the King of Autumn, coming up with the Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Autumn. All right, so I feel like I'll start with the King energy here because it's really overseeing this. And whether you're a divine masculine or a divine feminine, just because it's a king doesn't mean it can't be your energy if you're a feminine, okay? And it's really just an energy in the tarot, and it gives us messages about compassion, being accomplished, charismatic, gifted, and that's that gifted part where I'm saying that a lot of you are meant to be entrepreneurs. You have that charisma about you. You know how to work with people really well. Even in your current job, you might like assist your manager, or you might be very like helpful to your department or other people who might ask for help. And you can feel it within you that you're meant to be in this king energy. Okay, so it says be assertive when it comes to what you know is right, everything going your way, a good person or company to work for. Isn't that funny? A good company or person to work for. Yeah, so you're meant to have your own business, your own company, right? A lot of you are getting really strong messages about this because you're a likable person. You know, you would do good business, you would get clients, you would get a lot of good business, but you need to take that step and start doing your own thing and creating a name for yourself. And it starts with the simple stuff. Pick the company name, write down some stuff. You know, what would be your goal? How do you plan to attract clients? Get online and like create an online presence for yourself and promote your business, promote yourself as the business. A lot of you too have a lot of strong skills. Like you could be consultants. Many of you have very like hands-on skills where if you were to hire on maybe one or two people and create like a project together or a business idea together where you are the boss, I feel like you would do really well. So think about it, guys. Think about these ideas because it says everything going your way. So I feel like the moment you guys decide to embark on this journey of, again, having your own business, creating passive income for yourself, then you will have great success. Oh, and I love that there's a German Shepherd dog on this card too. Isn't that so cute? Yeah, I think people would be very loyal to you as well, and you would have the right support. And another thing I'm getting with this card too is like whoever is the viewer or the listener, you have a lot of integrity, and you would treat people really well. You would treat people the way that you would want to be treated, and that's exactly why you're meant to be a leader. You're meant to have your own company, and I feel like something that your coworkers would say about you, or not your coworkers, sorry, something that your employees would say about you is that you're just a good person or a company to work for, because you care about the person, you care about your company. Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Autumn, to end off this reading, and it says the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. All right, so it's time to get serious too about finances, because many of you might feel like it's going to take a little bit of an investment to start up your business. So it's a good time to try to pay off any debts that you have, so that way if you need to get a small loan, you're only focused on that business loan. It's time to save your money right now as well, and pay attention to your spending habits, okay? Because it says borrowing wisely, okay, or repaying a debt. So yeah, it's a message for those of you who resonate with this whole reading of, again, wanting to find your passion, wanting to create for yourself. A really important step right now before you focus on anything else is to get your finances in order. And that might specifically be around like paying off debt first, because a lot of you might be in a situation where you really just want something else for yourself, but right now you're in a job where maybe you just don't like how much it pays, or you know in your heart that you're meant to do something very, very big. Try not to get too ahead of yourself, because then you will feel that stagnant energy, okay? And the Six is all about perseverance. So perseverance is slowing down and realizing that you got to tackle things one step at a time. So first, you have to wake up every day and feel grateful for the work that you already do. If you have an income coming in, use it wisely, okay? And pay off any debts that you need to. Pay attention to your spending habits. Like, if you need to, stop buying takeout all the time. Cut down on, things that you're spending on that are more of like a leisure, and really get serious about paying off debt and saving money right now. And if you can get yourself into that mind frame, everything else will slowly start trickling into place. But I feel like the Six card here is talking about like those very little habits along the way that prevent us from really getting serious about pursuing our goals. Okay, so I feel like that's going to resonate strongly for some of you who are like, yeah, that's definitely been like a message or a thought on my mind that I need to tackle or take control of. And yeah, you guys can definitely do it, okay? There's tons of resources out there. YouTube is a great place to start. Just literally type in a question that you want to know, and there's bound to be someone on YouTube that's putting out free content for you guys to just learn and get started, okay? If you have a laptop and internet access, literally that is all you need. And then slowly start investing along the way. Because I only started off with the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and now I have so many decks, and it's been like little investments over time. I didn't always have like a desk space. I had to, wait and save up and buy a desk and buy myself a camera and a microphone before everyone would complain about the audio, because I only had my laptop microphone. But I was like, I this is what I have to work with. So I'm sorry, but it's going to take me time to buy myself a mic, and eventually I was able to do it. So yeah, start slowly, guys. And again, don't get too ahead of yourselves, because if you get too ahead of yourself, you're going to start being hard on yourself, and it's going to take away the focus from this perseverance that you need to have right now in order to secure this king energy, okay? So yeah, like I said, many of you are meant to be entrepreneurs. All right, I love you guys. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye guys.